I don't know what. The lights are godlike. Sage, the lights are godlike. The lighting is amazing right now.
Yeah, this does make us look like we're casting from an alley or something, though. But it's pretty legit.
We are in the garage, Bo.
Yeah.
I heard you. Oh, are we? We're not
All right,
starting,
so we're starting.
right?
We got,
Wait, this is it?
Yeah, we got.
Oh, here we go.
Nedicom and JbrockPony.
Okay.
JbrockPony, really one of our only Sonics in Chicago.
Yeah.
Maybe he plays other characters, but maybe inspired.
Him and Hadley. Although I think JBrock also plays Marth.
Yes, he does play Marth. He might have been, he might think this is a good matchup.
I think Sonic is his primary character, though. And then Net Income, one of our resident Yoshis.
And we do have a few. It's not underrepresented here.
Yeah.
Now this is good. I think this is interesting because Yoshi is the fastest character in one sense. He's the fastest air mobility, and then Sonic is obviously the fastest on the ground. So
I can see the matchup being difficult for both characters. I think it can be difficult for both characters means it's even.
Right.
I think it really depends on how each player responds to when. So Yoshi's better when he's in the air. Like if Yoshi's in the air and Sonic's on the ground, I would probably give the advantage maybe to Yoshi depending on his position. But Sonic, if they're both on the ground, Sonic has a clear advantage.
Yeah, for sure.
He doesn't care about eggs. He can run past eggs without trying.
Yeah, and that is something in this matchup that you do really want to be careful of, especially throwing them from the ground, where you're just so much lag.
Yeah. But the thing is, Sonic's aerials will probably all trade with Yoshi's Nair, so that's something Sonic has to be wary of.
Ooh, that was a really good setup, and he just did. I don't know if that was purposeful DI by JBrock or just luck, but this is Smash 4. Sometimes you just fall out of things. But yeah, I mean, this is, I think, I mean, that was good.
That was a really bad Nair. I don't know why. I mean, I get he was covering an option, but Net Income was just standing there. I feel like he was like just waiting to see what JBrock was going to do.
For sure, yeah. And as JBrock, you want to do something a little less risky when you see someone obviously waiting for your option. Don't do the really bad. I mean, don't do the bad one. I mean, there's
don't do the one that's probably going to happen. Okay, but a back throw, a nice back throw seals off that stock.
But yeah, I think this is so far seems like this is how this matchup would play out.
Well, that's what
JBrock laughing it off.
This is how this matchup plays out. Sonic and Yoshi are pretty even until Sonic decides to dive kick into the ground.
I mean, maybe the gentleman to one stock, and they were just like, all right, you got it. JBrock,
that was a really unfortunate suicide.
That happens. Dares and Smash Brothers are just, you're like, why did that come out?
Yeah, it was an unfortunate suicide, but it really felt like both players kind of had the advantage at one point.
Yeah.
So.
And so if you're JBrock here, you definitely shake that off. Don't laugh it off.
Yeah, say, oh yeah, you can definitely. JBrock should be thinking, I can still win this.
Yeah, that was even. You're going to your counter pick, which in this case he wants to run it back.
Yeah.
But he must feel comfortable here. So there's really no reason you should be like worried if you felt like good last game. So
I think it's totally legitimate to go back to a stage that you felt like you could win on if it was close.
Yeah. And some players it's a psychological thing. They want that run back. They want to prove it.
I think sometimes that can be a double-edged sword, though.
Yeah, for sure.
But in this case, it wasn't. I think getting the run back when you lose, like straight up lose, is worse than getting a run back when you suicide. Though.
For sure.
Because you don't know how the rest of that match is going to play out.
So one thing I've noticed with Net Income, he's gotten a couple of really just nice solid up tilts with Yoshi, and it's kind of like a combo starter for Yoshi. It can, at high percentage, it can lead to KO options. So it's good to see a Yoshi who's on point with that and just prepared to bust it out. JBrock though getting one of those signature Sonic forward smashes. The only forward smash in this game that hits raw. I don't know why.
One thing I'm also noticing is that Net Income isn't being hit by spin dash too often. Because Yoshi's so good in the air, the Sonic has to guess. Not really. I mean, he doesn't have to guess, but he has to space himself properly to not be in
up there.
Wow. To not trade with Nair. And the Yoshi has to guess when the Sonic's going to spin dash.
So this seems like kind of a repeat of the first stock of the first game.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That was a really nice pivot forward smash.
It was. But, I mean, JBrock's throwing a lot of those out at this point.
Yeah.
And if you're Net Income, you want to kind of scope that out.
See, that right there, that, like, when Sonic gets his standard spin dash nair and then Yoshi can nair him right back, like that's tough because Sonic usually needs that. Sonic spaces around what his opponent's going to do defensively after getting hit.
So this is, I mean, this is a really good Sonic position, right? Sonic who gets the first stock can just play so defensively.
Yeah, exactly.
And nobody plays defensively like Sonic.
Yeah.
I think at this point, anybody who watches tournaments has seen like Wrath play, and Wrath's just a nightmare.
Ooh.
And that's like
that was a misspaced up air
for sure. And you can't give Yoshi those up air opportunities.
A little risky actually. Yeah. Like he definitely wasn't in kill percent. I think knowing that Yoshi can dip that quick. Just a little foresight that JbrockPony didn't see.
Yeah, and that's kind of a matchup. Ooh.
For a second, I thought that was his jump.
Yeah.
I thought he had his jump was gone.
That is a good. That is something that's players a lot of damage.
30 damage.
That's Yoshi. Ever since 64, he's had that. Maybe it was. I think it was 64. He had that move. Certainly at least in melee. But yeah, that jab on the edge can be such a it just screws you up sometimes.
Yeah,
it's just jab and you fall down and you're frustrated and scared, and it's just like
right.
It definitely can give people. So I mean, a pretty big deficit here for
Net is slowly making this comeback.
Yes, and if you're JBrock, you can't play too defensively ever since losing that stock.
Yeah, he's got to be way safer. I feel like he got a little antsy. Like after he took all that damage. Okay, back throw? That won't kill though, not Yoshi.
Yeah, Yoshi's a big boy.
Again, that
Sonic
was
forward smash.
That was a little. I don't know what to say about that. It was a poor decision on Net-Income's part.
I think Net-Income gave up a lot of Yoshi's advantages in that because he lost the double jump invincibility. He didn't throw out an attack. He didn't air dodge.
I think he was trying to throw out an air.
He might. Yeah, I think if it was going for an air, but like.
But even then, he still would have traded. So.
Yeah, it was. He gave up a lot of Yoshi's advantages on the ledge there for a pretty risky move.
Yeah.
Obviously didn't pay off, and I think in retrospect, if you watch that VOD, you just realize that probably wasn't the right move.
I feel like if he had air dodged, I think that would have been. He could have nared right after the air dodge. It would have been really nice. But I think he was just trying to beat it out. A lot of players, when they see a smash coming, I don't know why, but they seem to get magnetized where they want to beat it out.
That's just like
sometimes you just want to walk away.
Yeah, I mean, just let him throw it out. I mean, if you don't know what your punish is, just let him throw it out.
Yeah.
If you have a punish, great. If you don't, then just don't worry about it. Write it down and study it for the next time you play that game.
You're not always going to have the most optimal punish all the time. Sometimes you just have to
dash attack.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to reset back to neutral and get your bearing.
Yeah.
That was a great shield.
Yeah, very good. And
wow.
Power Shield is a great. I mean, versus Sonic, if you have Power Shields on point, that can be really difficult.
Also, let's talk about the counter pick for a second. This is a really good counter pick against Sonic, I think. Yoshi definitely excelling more with the platforms than Sonic will.
Yeah.
Sonic has to stop his movement with spin dash. It gets stuffed a little.
Yeah. Those platforms also give a little buffer against the spring shenanigans. If Sonic's up too high, you can normally if you sit under Sonic, you have to worry about spring.
Right.
But you can Yoshi can sit under Sonic in this level and just be ready with an up smash.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So yeah, I definitely agree. A smart counter pick.
It could also be a comfort. I feel like Yoshi does a little better against Sonic here. It's probably not a huge advantage in terms of stage. So Net-Income might just really like Battlefield. I hope that's the case because I love this stage.
Yeah, it's a definitely a good stage. Some people, at least in my experience in talking to some players, players who don't like Battlefield really don't like it.
It's true. No, it's true.
But it's a very common stage. You got to learn it, and figure out how to use it to your advantage. Don't just get on tilt if Cloud brings you here.
Yeah. Honestly, I think sometimes even a bad matchup can be a good matchup if you're that comfortable with the stage.
For sure. The stages do matter quite a bit. But I'm getting the first stock here.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good. I mean, ooh. No, that was okay. That trade was okay.
Yeah, I'll take that trade.
Yeah, he got that damage in.
And right now you really want that extra credit before. I mean, Sonic's gonna hit you.
This
should be it.
No.
Oh, Yoshi again has his weight coming in handy there.
Yeah.
I mean,
ooh,
all right,
okay.
good stuff. That has a kind of a very long hitbox.
He missed. He whiffed the punish, like the read he was trying to get on that income, but that income air dodged into him anyway.
Yeah.
And the lasting hitbox, that final hit.
Yeah. I mean, up smash just cut. It's not the greatest move in the world, but it definitely covers quite a bit.
Yeah. Okay, so net income can't get antsy here. If he lets, like, JBrock can play defensive here if he wants to, like try and play punishy. But if net income just sits back and doesn't let him, then he'll put himself in a great position.
Yeah, don't let Sonic's...
right now, it feels like he's going in a little too much.
Yeah, he's letting Sonic kind of taunt him a little bit, I feel like. And you don't need to do that if you're winning.
Yeah.
I think Sonic is one of those characters where you really want to know who... It makes a big difference who has a 1% lead.
Yeah. Okay.
But like I said, you saw all these eggs, but like you said earlier, that's gonna be risky
the thing
against
is,
Sonic.
playing defensive against Yoshi doesn't have as big of an advantage as Sonic does when he's on the defensive, because Sonic's so fast on the ground.
For sure. Net income using those eggs, it looks like just to cover his landing.
I mean, net income's doing a good job. Now that he's playing a little more defensive, he just can't go in and not throw out risky options.
Ooh, he's going for those jabs.
That was okay.
Yeah.
JBrock looked a little panicked, so even though he missed, JBrock wasn't. I don't think JBrock was thinking about punishing that at all.
Net income had to attack on that down throw, which is so important in this matchup because you will lose your stock if you don't.
Okay, I was gonna say just like that, net income lost the lead, but a quick up air fixes that problem.
All right, and JBrock does seem, he's getting he's brought it back.
Yeah, this is really close.
I don't know if JBrock seems, he's only gotten those F smash kills pretty much.
Yeah.
And ooh, that was super risky.
Oh man, you can't. I would not go for ground pound at this point.
No, not unless you have the clearest punish, and then if you do, go for a forward smash.
I don't even think using forward air here is a good idea.
And yeah, Yoshi at one. Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, he was looking. Maybe he was looking for that fade back, or maybe he just didn't space it right. That was definitely an air dodge situation, though. That was it looked like a 50-50 to me.
Okay, he has to be wary of grab at this point too.
Yeah, Jbrock's doing a pretty good job keeping stage control now too. He's staying in center stage.
Yeah.
Up smash will probably end almost. I mean, it will definitely end Sonic's life at this point.
I think a lot of moves. Oh, no, that
very risky.
A lot of moves at this point are going to KO. Not weak ones like dash tech, but yep.
Back air or back throw.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep. And
it's good
Jbrock's
stuff.
Gonna take it.
A quick fist pump.
And yeah, he kept it.
Jbrock kept his composure
after that.
Back.
Almost more or less throwing the game away.
Well,
Ooh, we got.
All right, I
now
can see my eyes again.
They turned the lights off in the alley, so
it's getting serious in here.